downtown right now. Really not a lot of people out there. The French Quarter pretty much empty right now. That's because the NOPD, the FBI officials are asking you to stay clear of the area as they investigate what led up to this tragic incident. Go ahead and look at that right now. Again, this is our shot of Bourbon Street. Empty. The only people that should be out at Bourbon Street, within the vicinity of Bourbon Street, 8 blocks of it, should be the FBI, the NOPD, our emergency responders who are trying to piece together exactly what happened after a man drove his truck into a crowd of people, killing 10, injuring at least 35, possibly more, and then getting out of his car, shooting at NOPD officers. 2 officers shot, the NOPD returning fire, killing that suspect. We don't know what led up to this incident at all. That is why you need to stay clear of Bourbon Street, the French Quarter at this time, as they try to piece together exactly what happened. You know, that's the big question. And LBJ, like you just said, 35 people confirmed injured, 10 dead over in the French Quarter on Bourbon Street after a man intentionally plowed his truck into the crowd of people and then crashes the vehicle, shoots 2 officers as well. Never seen anything like this in your time reporting either as well, right? Just heard from those officials there, including Sheriff Susan Hudson, who calls this a very serious, unacceptable situation. 11 inmates escaped from the Orleans Parish Jail. This was found out after a head count that happened at 8:30 this morning. Again, several detainees unaccounted for. There is a massive full-scale search effort underway right now. State, local, federal leaders searching for those 11 inmates who have escaped from the Orleans Parish Jail. Welcome to WGNO News. I'm Amy Russo. Mallory Smith has the evening off. The search continues for 7 of the 10 inmates that made a daring escape from Orleans Parish Prison early Friday morning. Today, the search continues for Antoine Massey, Corey Boyd, Gary Price, Leo Tate, Jermaine Donald, Lenton Van Buren, and Derek Groves. All 7 men are considered armed and dangerous, and if spotted, you should call 911 immediately. And if you know where any of these men are, you can leave an anonymous tip by calling Crime Stoppers at 504-822-1111. You could be eligible for a reward if your tip leads to their capture. And right now, 3 of the 10 escapees have been captured. Kendall Miles was found on Friday morning hiding under a car in the parking lot of the Hotel Monteleone in the French Quarter. Robert Moody was captured and was taken into custody Friday evening in the 3500 block of 2nd Street in Central City after a Crime Stoppers tip. And DeKeenan Dennis was captured just a few hours later after being located on Dale Street in the Gentilly Ridge neighborhood. And some of those captures of those inmates have been caught on camera. WGNO's Ashley Hamilton spoke to the person who recorded the moment one of them was recuffed. And like we just said, the reward has increased for information leading to the arrest of any of the remaining Orleans Parish escapees. State police say the ATF, in collaboration with Crime Stoppers, is now offering a $5,000 reward in addition to the $2,000 reward from Crime Stoppers and the $5,000 reward from the FBI. And as the search for the remaining escapees continues, Sheriff Susan Hudson and her team are trying to figure out just how the escape happened and who else was involved. WGNO News anchor Susan Roshan takes a closer look. And Sheriff Hudson has announced the suspension of 3 jail employees in connection to the escape. That's as the investigation continues. And Sheriff Hudson says she has repeatedly called attention to safety issues at the jail, but former Sheriff Marlon Guzman says the jail itself cannot be blamed for the escape. Guzman was sheriff for 18 years and was defeated by Hudson. The jail cost $150 million and has been in use since 2015 when Guzman was still sheriff. He says it's clear this failure in security is because of a lack of attention to detail. Coming up in minutes, Governor Jeff Landry and U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr. are expected to sign a new policy into law. What its goal is, plus new developments in the state's controversial 10 Commandments law, what the state attorney general is asking for. And later, the Supreme Court releases a potential landmark decision impacting the future of birthright citizenship in the U.S.
You're watching WGNO News at 11, New Orleans' very own.
Hello and thanks for joining us on WGNO News at 11. I'm Amy Russo. Today, Governor Jeff Landry, along with U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr., will sign a first of its kind Make America Healthy Again policy. All right, thanks so much, Kerrigan. Well, a building on Magazine Street collapsed Monday night. That was last night, leading to a power outage. Go ahead and take a look behind us. This is where that building collapsed. You can see it really well right there, where the roof really just kind of caved in on the top.
In the game,
Cannot believe it is already almost here. All this week, we've been bringing you the best that New Orleans has to offer leading up to tomorrow's kickoff.
Yeah, but so far today, it's been all about the parade.
It really has been. Tens of thousands of people crammed the route to see the big game collide with Mardi Gras. Our Ashley Hamilton is live in the French Quarter with some highlights of today's fun and some beads too, Ashley. If you're planning on firing off some fireworks, you need to be careful. A string of fireworks explosions has gotten the holiday off to a dangerous start in some parts of the country. In Northern California, about 40 miles northwest of Sacramento, more than half a dozen people are still missing after a deadly blast that burned 80 acres.
Michelle here nominated you as our Remarkable Woman for 2025, and we wanted to let you know that you won. How are you doing today? How are you feeling?
Shocked. I thought you were coming here for something else.
Well, that was the moment Karen Alexander found out she was named New Orleans' Most Remarkable Woman for 2025. A special shout out there to our promotions team for surprising her with the flowers and all of those kind words. So this woman, she's lived most of her life having to navigate everyday tasks with more focus and effort. She's taken her disability, given herself the ability to help others overcome what can be their biggest obstacle in life, themselves. The winner for New Orleans' Most Remarkable Woman of 2025 is Karen Alexander. Every morning, Karen Alexander starts her day just like you or me. Upon first glance, you may not notice she's a bit different, but it's that difference that she's turned into strength.
When I was 3 years old, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she was washing clothes. And I went to help wash the clothes, and my hands got stuck in a wringer-type washing machine, and my hands had to be amputated.
A harrowing accident changing the trajectory of her life. But if you ask Karen, it's been changed in a positive way.
I've enjoyed my journey in life, learning how to adjust who I am and adjust how I present myself to others so that I can help others to adjust how they view and value other people that's outside of what they may consider to be their norm.
What can't she do? That's really the question. Karen's been dubbed the world's first canologist, and it's really easy to see why. She types, writes, even puts together puzzles.
This one is going to be very challenging because, as you see, it has a lot of the same colors.
I wouldn't even know how to put this together.
It's going to take me a while to put it together.
Using a can-do attitude, Karen spent 36 years working for the federal government, but her passion is behind the microphone. That's where she spent nearly 2 decades, thriving as a motivational speaker, sharing her story, listening to yours, and offering advice.
I would have standing room only. The last time I had a in-person speaking engagement right before COVID, they shut down my engagement. They said the police chief is about to come in here. You're over capacity for the room. Room's capacity was 500 people. Now all of my classes are virtual and the audience is even larger.
As if she wasn't busy enough helping thousands of other people each year manage their mindset, Karen has also written 2 books about overcoming obstacles in life and is currently working on a series of books on how to build up faith and trust within yourself.
A lot of people would ask me, how do you do what you do? And why do you do what you do? And you should have the mindset of believing that you have the capabilities or it is possible to achieve whatever that goal or dream is. But what you have to do is expand yourself.
Karen's remarkable life is what makes her New Orleans' Most Remarkable Woman for 2025.
Oh my gosh, someone actually thinks that I am a remarkable woman. So if I was to die today, I am pleased that I left a mark on this earth, and someone is grateful that I was here to help them.
'em. Karen Alexander, our New Orleans Most Remarkable winner for 2025. I also just want to point out real quick, you just started learning how to play the piano as well, really showcasing that you can do anything if you put your mind to it. Karen,
Absolutely.
you're getting emotional. What's going through your mind?
Oh my.
By day, 26-year-old Queen Tosh is a cybersecurity expert, but it's her passion that has gotten her national attention. Each year, bead by bead, she spends over 40 hours a week creating her black masking Indian suit as queen of the Golden Eagles Mardi Gras Indian tribe. She's known for her intricate beadwork, even being featured on one of the covers of Essence magazine in 2024. It's no surprise the major leagues called on her for help.
I like to make a funny joke that the NFL slid in my DMs.
The NFL design team asked Queen Tosh to create both theme art and the logo for Super Bowl 59. She knew she wanted to showcase a part of New Orleans culture from a perspective that the public doesn't always get to see.
When people think about New Orleans, they think about the French Quarter, and all of that definitely is New Orleans, but I think sometimes people forget that we have the second line culture, the brass band culture, the baby doll culture, skull and bone gangs, the black masking Indians, and I just wanted that to shine through.
Using vibrant colors and digging deep into her cultural connections, much like her suits, she wanted the Super Bowl art to tell a story.
I mean, since a kid, this is all I've ever known. You know, we grow up going to second lines every Sunday and can't wait, and you're sleeping next to whatever outfit you plan on wearing for that particular second line, waking up to go see the big chief that comes out of your neighborhood every year. And I just wanted everyone to get those feelings that I used to get as a child looking at New Orleans culture.
Blending the black masking tradition with a creative spin. Not only is Queen Tosh preserving history, she's also making history.
It definitely is a huge honor. Again, I'm still just trying to put it all into perspective because, I mean, how do you talk about history? You know, how do you, especially when you're a part of it? I mean, this is definitely a moment that's going to live with me forever.
Thanks for waking up with us on this final Monday of 2024 on Good Morning New Orleans. I'm Amy Russo.
And I'm Kenny Lopez, filling in for LBJ, and we made it through 2024.
We made it through 2024. It really just breezed on by. I can't believe we are at the cusp of 2025, you guys.
Yeah.
It is absolutely incredible. Do we
it's
have any
coming.
New Year's resolutions or anything? I know, Kerrigan, you've got the word. You still thinking on it?